Okay, class. So last time, I gave you the different variables in accordance with values, diba? So we have logical, no? And the two are the discrete and continuous. Tama ba? So we have the yung sa qualitative logical variables, di ba yung ating ginagamit. When we say logical, so from the word logic, so we only have the narrative, no? The narrative presentation of the result. So those are the only variables that has something to do with qualitative research. No? But in quantitative research, meron tayong tinatawag na variables according to values. And those are the discrete and continuous. Diba? Na-lecture ko na sa inyo dati, I discussed with you those variables already. And when we talk about discrete variables, ano nga ang example natin ng discrete? This pertains to counting all the whole numbers, diba? Let's say, for example, what is the data that can be used as discrete variable? Number of children, diba? Number of households. So that's discrete. Meaning to say, that's whole number. Walang decimal point or it has no excess, no? And then the score in basketball, yan, discrete din yan. Pag sinabi natin continuous, that can be the size, no, of the swimming pool, the area of our rice fields, no, or the measurement of this classroom. Okay? So those are continuous. Now, let us try to proceed, no? The three common types of variables. Okay? So yun muna yung topic natin because I think 20 minutes na lang or 10 minutes na lang pala, sorry. So sana matapos, no? So when we talk about the three common types of variables, we have the independent, we have the dependent, and we have, number 3 is intervening variable. Okay, so what is your understanding, class, about independent variable? Pag sinabi natin independent variable, ano ito? Okay? So please take this down para meron kayo. Independent variable is the variable the researcher changes or control, no? Ito yung minamanipulate nila. Ito yung ginagawa nila ng pagbabago. And is assumed to have a direct effect on the dependent variable. Okay? It gives effect to the dependent variable. So in other words, it is the cause of the effect. No? So in other words, independent variable is the cause of the effect to the dependent variable. Okay? Please try to understand, class, no? Para maintindihan. Madali nyo naman makukuha what's the difference between independent and dependent variable. Okay? Continue. It is the variable that is stable and unaffected. Stable and unaffected by the other variables. Kasi, when we talk about independent, it can stand alone. Diba? Kasi independent nga eh. Parang kayo lang, kapag nagkaroon na kayo ng work, nakatapos na sa pag-aaral, magiging independent person na kayo, no? Pero sa ngayon, dependent pa kayo, no? Kasi, oo naman, nag-aaral pa kayo ng basic education. Okay? Another one. Independent variable also refers to the condition of an experiment that is systematically manipulated by the investigator. It is also known as the stimulus or predictor variable. Okay? So in other words, ito ay it is stable and unaffected. It is the cause of the effect. No? Pag sinabi natin independent variable, it is stable and unaffected, and at the same time, it is what we call the cause of the effect. No? So independent variable yan. Tinatawag din natin siya na stimulus or predictor variable. No? Stimulus or predictor variable. Okay, mamaya magbibigay ako sa inyo ng example of the dependent and the independent variable. Okay, marami tayo ditong example, no? Ng dependent and independent variable. Okay? So, for example, no? For example, I have here use of reciprocal peer tutoring in teaching GAS laws. Its effect on problem solving, performance, and attitudes of grade 10 students in chemistry. Let's say for example, no? Yun ang ating sample title. So, paano natin mahahanap yung ating independent variable? No? So, ang independent variable natin doon ay yung reciprocal peer tutoring. Okay? Reciprocal peer tutoring. Kasi independent siya. Umaasa lang siya doon sa changes na ating gagawin or ilalagay. No? Okay. So, that's the independent variable. Okay. Now, let us try to consider naman the dependent variables. Excuse me. Okay. What is now the dependent variable? Ano daw ang dependent variable? The dependent variable, take this down, is the variable being tested. No, it is the variable being tested and measured in an experiment. So ito yung mini-measure at ito yung tinetest, no? So, in other words, ito yung bida, no? Siya yung bida kasi siya yung hinahanapan natin ng result, okay? That is what we call the dependent variable, okay? So, the dependent variable again is dependent on the independent variable. Nakadepende siya sa independent variable. What? Gets nyo? Another, the dependent variable receives the effect caused by the independent variable. It is also known as the outcome or response variable. So that's the result, no? Yung hinahanap natin na result. Okay? So that is what we call the response variable. So yun ang ating tinatawag na dependent variable. Okay? So, ano naman ang example, no, ng ating dependent variable? Okay, yung kaninang example natin is use of reciprocal peer tutoring in teaching GAS laws, its effect on problem solving, performance, and attitudes of grade 10 students in chemistry. Okay? I told you, class, that the independent variable is what we call the reciprocal peer tutoring. No? Yun ang ating independent. Now, when we say dependent variable, we have problem-solving performance and attitude. Siya kasi yung naghahanap. Siya kasi yung nakaantabay. No? Siya kasi yung naghihintay. Diba? Okay. Tayron, can you please write the title of the study? Ito. Use of reciprocal peer tutoring. Okay, so habang ginagawa ni Tayron, let's proceed to the intervening variables. Okay, mamaya, we are going to identify each one of you, will identify what is independent and what is dependent variables para alam nyo, no? Ha? Ay, wala. Kung saan? Hindi ako nakaano. Meron ba? Saan meron? Baka, sige, pakiano ka kay sir. Ay, baka meron kay sir. Sige. Okay, sige. So, we will proceed to the intervening variables. Okay, hindi na ako magpa-microphone. Parang ayaw sa akin ng microphone. No? Okay, let's proceed to the intervening variable. Pag sinabi nating intervening variable, it is a hypothetical variable, no? Intervening variable is a hypothetical variable used to explain causal links between variables, no? The causal link, the bridge, no? Pag sinabi nating link, that is the bridge, no? Between variables. Okay? And another thing is that intervening variables cannot be observed in an experimental research. No? Usually it can be observed in correlational research. No? Correlational. Pag sinabi natin class correlational, you are trying to look for the relationship between the two variables. No? Between two or more variables. Okay. So, intervening variables cannot be observed in an experimental research. Usually, it can be observed in correlational. No? Doon sa relationship. That's why they are hypothetical. Okay? So, anong example ng ating mga intervening variables? So, nandyan ang age, gender, income, religion, tribe, educational qualification, or experiences. We also have the nationality. Or, in other words, these are what we call the demographic profile. No? The demographic profile na hinahanap natin are what we call the intervening or the intervening variables. Okay? So, the intervening variable class is also called as mediating or moderating variables. No? Kaya nga, they are the link, no, between the different variables. Okay? So, demographic profile class, in other words, are the concrete examples of intervening variables. So, can you see now the difference between the three? The independent, the dependent, and intervening. Martinez Aries Joy. Can you please give some differences between the three or how they differ from one another? Sige nga.
Independent variable are variables that can stand alone, while dependent variable depends to independent variable, while intervening variable is a hypothetical variable used for explaining causal linkage between variables.
Yes. No? So sila yung nagli-link or the bridge no between the different variables. Okay? So ang example nga natin ng intervening variable is the demographic profile. Okay? And when we talk about naman excuse me, when we talk about the independent is ito yung variable na nag-change or nagbibigay ng changes or control, no? So yung dependent naman, yun yung nagkakaroon ng pagbabago, or in other words, the dependent variable is the outcome, no, or the result. Okay? Nagbibigay ng outcome, no? Okay. Example nga natin dito, dun sa ating title, kung ang ating independent variable is the reciprocal peer tutoring, ito namang dependent variable natin is problem solving performance and attitude. Okay. I will give you one title class. Tingnan nga natin kung ma-identify nyo ang independent at saka dependent variable. Sige, let's have some practice. Okay, take this down. Practical work approach. Practical work approach using supplemental learning materials. Using supplemental learning materials for effective teaching. For effective teaching in statistics and probability. In statistics and probability. Okay, I will repeat. Practical work approach using supplemental learning materials for effective teaching in statistics and probability. Okay? Nakuha? Sige, please try to locate or try to distinguish what is independent variable and what is the dependent variable here. Excuse me. Okay.
Bakit nadala na po nilang anak? Oral.
sa kanya ba yan? Ayan.
Sa kanya din po yun.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, sige. So, what is our independent variable? Anybody? Bago tayo matapos. Alin doon ang sa palagay nyo, independent? Ha? Siya yung ano? Siya yung tinatawag natin na ano? Nagbibigay ng the control. Diba siya yung control? Siya yung nagbibigay ng changes. That's independent. So, alin ang independent? Yes, Joyce? Ha? Very good! +5! Very good si Joyce. +5. Okay, and what about the dependent variables? Ang galing. Dependent. Isang example lang yung binigay ko, diba? Okay, next. The dependent. What is the dependent variable here? Is? Anybody? A chance? Sige. Yes, you can try. Yes! +5. Whatever the achievement in statistics and probability, that will be your dependent variables. No? Kasi we are looking for the achievement, di ba? Academic achievement. Dito, this is what we call the experimental research design of quantitative research. Okay? So, thank you very much, class. Time na. Mag-overtime na naman ako ng 10 minutes just to finish this one topic, no? Okay, sige. May question ba? Okay, pasensya. Nag-overtime ako ng 10 minutes. Okay, sige. You may take your recess muna. Mag-recess muna kayo. Makiusap muna kay Ma'am Coral. Magre-recess lang muna kayo. Okay, thank you so much.